Hey everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. In today's video, I want to spend a few minutes talking about object-oriented programming in Python and extend the concept over to Flet. I've gotten several questions regarding the way I use classes and Flet controls when creating apps, so I decided to make a short explainer video on the topic. Very briefly, object-oriented programming in Python involves organizing code into classes and objects, allowing for the creation of modular, reusable, and structured code. To set up a class in Python, use the class keyword followed by the class name, and include a block defining attributes and methods. For example, class person establishes a class named person, and within its block, you define properties like init for initialization and other methods for functionality. In Python, the init method is used to initialize attributes when creating an object. Think of attributes as a trait that a specific class can have. For example, in our person class, we can define an attribute called name and initialize it when creating a class object. To create a person object, we can simply assign it to a variable and call it, making sure to pass in the name parameter. Putting this within the context of Flet will be useful for larger applications. Same concepts apply here with a few extra details. After importing the Flet module, we can create a class called box, and inside the class we can pass the Flet class for the container control. Inheritance is an aspect of object-oriented programming that basically allows us to inherit all the attributes of another class, which in this case is the container class. After passing in the class that we intend to inherit from, we need to add another line of code called the super constructor or superclass constructor. What this line of code does is basically initializes the init method of the container class inside our own box class. Once you have your super constructor, you can now change specific attributes of the super class, again in this case the container class, and when the box class is called, these attributes will be updated. Calling a control from a class in Flet is the same as calling a standard class. Simply call the class and set it to a variable before adding it to the page. That's basically it for classes in this context. Doing this makes our code easier to read and greatly reduces repetitive code. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.